Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Unity of Santa Barbara. We're so happy to see you on this beautiful summer morning. All of you here in the sanctuary and all of you who are joining us online, we are so happy to see you. And as Reverend Heidi would say, it is a beautiful day in my consciousness. Let's say that together. It is a beautiful day in my consciousness today, and it is. So, my name is Russ Chafin. I am going to be your platform host today. Reverend Heidi is away visiting with family in Texas. I'm sure she's watching this morning. Hello. Good morning, Reverend Heidi. So, here at Unity of Santa Barbara, we have a mission and a vision, and our mission is what guides us to be who we have come here to be and do what we have come here to do. So I'd like for us to say our mission statement together. Let me say it first and then we'll repeat it together. We inspire, educate, and serve to awaken our oneness with Spirit. Let's say that together. We inspire, educate, and serve to awaken our oneness with Spirit. That is a mighty mission, and we want to walk into that, walk that talk as often as we can here at Unity of Santa Barbara. Okay, now let us sing together. Love is my decision, and we are joined this morning by Unity singers.
No one else can make me forgive. And once I decide to change my mind, God will show me how. Love is my decision right here and now. My decision, up to me to dance down that road. Love is my decision, no one else can lighten my load. And once I decide to change my mind, God will show me how. Love is my decision right here and now. Love is my decision right here and now.
Thank you. Yeah. My decision right here and now. So the candle is lit to remind us that we are the light of the God. We are the light of the world too. So let's say that together. I am the light of the world. Together, I am the light of the world. Let's just take a moment to let that sink in. I am the light of the world. And then we sound a tone to set up a vibration of oneness for the time that we are spending together this morning. So the daily word this morning is joy. And the affirmation is, I say yes to the joy that invites me in this very moment. Joy is the call of the heart. Whether I am at work or at play, I bring a spirit of joyfulness to everything that I do. More than a mood or an attitude, joy is part of me and mine to live and to share. Like all aspects of my divine identity, joy flowers in my consciousness when I hold joyful thoughts and feelings. I express my joy as excitement of anticipation, fascination at a new discovery, deep satisfaction in a relationship, and the tranquil glow from communing with God in prayer. My joy is contagious, and I love to share in it. I have feelings of joy when I take part in a friend's or family member's joyous moments, their celebrations and accomplishments. I feel quiet joy when I offer encouragement and even when I give comfort, grateful to share the care and love of God. And from Scripture, rejoice always, from 1 Thessalonians 5:16. I say yes to the joy that invites me in this moment. So, in reflecting on this, there is a story that I may have shared with you already, but I think it is worth repeating. I was fortunate enough to have a parent who was a really, really good role model for living joy, specifically my mother. She was one of the kindest, most loving, most joyous people I have ever known, really. And people loved her. There were some people that thought she was a little too sugar-coated. They might have been a little grumpy. But she never let any of that get in the way of her joy. And so I remember on a summer morning very much like this, I was probably about 12 years old, and my mother loved to have things clean. She was a clean freak, and so the inside of the house was clean. We had the cleanest garage in the whole state of Illinois, maybe the whole country. The driveway, the sidewalks, everything had to be clean. And so there she was, sweeping outside the sidewalks with a broom. I don't do brooms. I don't like brooms. I think the invention of the Swiffer was like a miracle. But for her, there she was, and all of her life she was sweeping with a broom. And I said to her, and she was singing. She was singing and humming and sweeping. And I said to her, why are you singing? You're sweeping. And she said, I love to sweep. Now notice she didn't say, I love to sing, which she did. She didn't say that. She said, I love to sweep. And it took me many, many, many years to understand what she was saying right there. It took coming to Unity and really diving into these teachings about what that was. What she was saying was that she started to sing or hum or whistle to activate the joy within her. And then once the joy was activated, she stepped into it. And then no matter what she was doing, it was a joyous experience for her. And so that was a great lesson for me. I invite all of you to activate the joy within you and then step into that. Say yes to the joy that invites you to be in this moment. And so it is. Thank you. Okay, and we are going to have Rob Lindsay sing for us.
When I was a boy each week, on Sunday we would go to church and pay attention to the priest. And he would read the holy word and consecrate the holy bread. And everyone would kneel and bow. Today the only difference is everything is holy now. Everything is holy now. And when I was in Sunday school, we would learn about the time Moses split the sea in two, and Jesus made the water wine. And I remember feeling sad, miracles don't happen still. But now I can't keep track, 'cause everything's a miracle. Everything's a miracle. Wine from water is not so small, but an even better magic trick is that anything is here at all. So the challenging thing becomes not to look for miracles, but to find where there isn't one. When holy water was a rare at best, I used to wet my fingertips, but now I have to hold my breath, 'cause I'm swimming in a sea of it. It used to be a world half there, heaven second-rate hand-me-down, but I'm walking with a reverent air, 'cause everything is holy now. Read a questioning child's face, say it's not a testament, that'd be very hard to say. See another new morning come, say it's not a sacrament, I'm saying that it can't be done. This morning outside I stood, saw a little red-winged bird shining like a burning bush and singing like a scripture verse. It made me want to bow my head. I remember when church let out, how things have changed since then, 'cause everything is holy now. It used to be a world half there, heaven second-rate hand-me-down, but I'm walking with a reverent air, 'cause everything is holy now. It used to be a world half there, second-rate hand-me-down, but I'm walking with a reverent air, 'cause everything is holy now.
Good morning. I'm Reverend Heidi Allfree, for those of you who are here for the first time or the first time on our virtual feed. And welcome to the Sunday celebration service at Unity of Santa Barbara. I am with you all virtually today, and energetically we are absolutely together. I'm here visiting my mom in Houston who needed me to come, and I love that we're creating this grand adventure in our Genius Zone. So we've been journeying in the Genius Zone for about 4 weeks now. And I hope you're getting comfortable in being more in a sense of wonder about who you are and your life, the time that you are on this planet, and your ability to feel the sense of spiritual connection. You know, in our human experience, we have a lot of obligations and things we feel like we have to do or must do. But this Genius Zone allows us to have the spiritual connection as our priority. So then that everything that happens in our lives ends up having a bit of a barrier in our sense of joy. I think the daily word today was joy. And the ability to really just know what it is that brings you joy. So we've decided that our Genius Zone, here's the book by Gay Hendricks, and we're working with it in our own way here at Unity of Santa Barbara, just talking about what is the Genius Zone. And we've decided the word genius, can often fall into the categories of intelligence or achievement. And we've decided that the Genius Zone is not that at all. It is actually your connection. And the only person that knows what you feel connected to is you. That's it. And it would be wonderful if you were told that since the day you came onto the planet, but you might have been told some other things, that you are obligated to act like this, or we have, we really need you to not say that, or you can say that, and lots of rules about being you. And the truth will set us free. Your truth, what is true for you. Jesus said that we are the light of the world. Can we get a camera shot of that light? The light of the world, right? And he didn't say we're just a little shimmer or a little spark. The light of the world. And when you think of bringing light into darkness, darkness immediately disappears. Did we get the light? Can I bring the light? The light of the world. Here we go. So it's really important to honor and recognize that and feel the difference of how it feels to sort of be in that sense of ownership of your own divine inheritance. And so we come together to remember. It's also, we all forget who we are. And so the universe, our lives, have such interesting ways of bringing us back. It's like when you're training a puppy, you don't make it wrong, you just bring it back to the pad to do its thing, and then it runs off and you bring it back. And you're very kind and loving through the whole process. So our topic today is how to woo your creativity. Woo! Let's say that together. Woo! It's very playful, this Genius Zone. How to woo your creativity. Now, woo, the word woo, means to try to gain the love of someone or to gain their favor. When someone is wooing you, let's say for a job, they're trying to tell you how wonderful it is, or you're perhaps applying for something. You're talking about how wonderful you are. And if it's a romantic situation, there's a lot of time and energy put into wooing someone. So I'm inviting you today about how to be in your Genius Zone to woo your creativity. To woo your creativity. Because in most times, our creativity ends up being something that, if I have enough time, I'm going to do the thing that I feel connected to. If I have enough time, I'll take that walk, or I'll go to the ocean, or I'll go on a hike, or I'll paint, or I'll listen to music I love, or I'll play an instrument. And it tends to be the bottom burner. And this conversation today is, how do we woo it? How do we think of our creativity in the same way you would think of a beloved partner? it's interesting, the idea of how well we can get into taking care of and loving other people, but ourselves. And we have all known that the essence of which I can participate in anything in my life is about the relationship with myself. So I'd like you just to practice this little thing. Let's just give ourselves a handshake, right? How about give ourselves a hug? But let's definitely, this will be part of the talk, is this giving ourselves a handshake. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you, creativity. And I am going to spend time wooing you. I'm going to spend time being really spacious and kind to my creativity. So we start with our wonder question that we've been working with for 4 weeks now, and I don't need to say working with, we've been pondering. How is it that I can spend the majority of my life doing what I most love to do while making my greatest contribution to the world? And I know it's a balance, that question, because how can I spend the majority of my life doing what I most love to do? I think for those of us that didn't feel like the light of the world, that can feel kind of selfish. Or how do I deserve to live like that? There's people that are suffering, right? And make my greatest contribution to the world. Well, if I'm just doing what I love, how's that going to benefit anyone? All right, so it's this beautiful, joyous coming together and understanding. That's why it's a wonder question. It isn't a question, yes, I can do it exactly this way. It's starting to look at your life and saying, how much more time can I spend with things to which I feel connected? So I can show up with a greater light, with a greater energy, and it works every single time. I want you to keep proving this, to look at the things where you feel connected to source, and how then your conversations and how life circumstances seem to be much easier to deal with. All right, so we're going to talk today about why our creativity is elusive. And again, your creativity is the vastness of the things to which you feel connected. A minister of mine, a friend of mine, said, the reason that we can sort of, not woo, in fact, poo-poo, instead of woo, our gifts, our creativity, let's say, is that it's easy for us. The thing that you do that you love is easy. If you're a person that's a people person and you're a counselor or something, it's easy for you to want to ask questions and know about a person. If you do have something like painting or singing, it's easy in that it's natural for you. But it may be gardening. It may be taking care of a pet. It could be anything. But it comes so naturally that often in our humanness, we don't think it has value. We can miss the whole thing because, I never make any money for that, or that's just something it's easy for me. So we don't think it has value, but I'd like to tell you it has all the value, and it needs to be wooed. It needs to be wooed. Our challenge is that we are told so much how to live early in our life. What's good, what's bad. Many of you might have grown up and, thinking that God needed you to act a certain way to be good or to be in favor with God. That's a lot of the language from the Old Testament. And what we say here is that God is in you. God is you expressing. Or you are God expressing, however you want to see it. So it's such a different way of seeing things. But I'd like you to recognize that part of this Genius Zone conversation is noticing what the story is when you try to spend more time doing what you love. What are the voices that come up? What is the fight about that? So I'm going to tell a humorous story because it will open our mind and our hearts. And this is just a silly story about a young man that was told not to say something, and see if you can relate to this not saying something. So the family down the street from little Johnny had a new baby, but unfortunately the baby was born without ears. When little Johnny's family was invited over to see the new baby, Johnny's father warned him not to say anything about the baby's lack of ears. If he even used the word ears, he would get a severe punishment. Little Johnny said no problem. When they went to see the baby, Johnny was very complimentary. Your baby has such a nice face, he said. And the mother said, oh, thank you, Johnny. And nice feet and hands, he said. And the mother told Johnny, thank you. And then he said, how is his vision? Can he see okay? And the mother said, his vision's really fine. But why do you ask? And little Johnny said, because he's going to be in real trouble if he ever needs glasses. A little humor, right? But the idea is that we were told, you can say that, you can't say that, you can't tell that story, don't ever tell that about the family, that, you might have been called a sinner where you had to make up some sins and then go tell somebody. And so what happened was the creativity didn't go away. It just ended up not feeling important. And that's why we're wooing our true creativity, why we're spending time, why we're, creating spaces that feel peaceful for it, and to allow it to feel free to be expressed. So the only way I have learned to see something that I didn't see was to keep feeling the pain of not doing it. And unfortunately, that's a lot of how we have our awakenings, is saying, I am, sick and tired of being sick and tired. And we start saying, let me just try this. Let me just try to think about where I feel connected, what I'm doing when I feel connected, who I'm with. Can be with people also. So I wanted to tell a story from the Bible that is one of my favorites, and we've heard it a lot, but it has so much to do with this particular topic. So Jesus was walking along, his ministry was walking. He didn't have a building. He was really consciousness in motion, which is what we're all invited to be. And he walked by a man that was sitting on a mat in the area called Bethesda. And there were healing waters a little ways away. And the man's story was, I have been sitting here for years, and everybody keeps going past me to the healing waters. And I have just been sitting here. Nobody helps me. I am tired, and I'm challenged, and I can't get over there. And I've been here for years. And I always think of Jesus saying, I'm only going to be around for a few years, so if we're going to have this conversation, we're going to need to pick it up. But I know what is written that Jesus said in so many words. He kind of stopped the conversation of the story. I've been here for years. This is how it is. I'm never getting help. We stopped that. And we woo the creativity, but the way he said it was, do you want to be well? Do you want to be well? That's why I'm here, right? That's why I'm here. Jesus is saying that's why we're in this conversation. Do you want to be well? It's simple. It may not be easy. It may be very difficult. Yes, I do want to be well. The man said yes. And so Jesus, in that energy, says, pick up your mat and walk. Walk over to the healing waters. I bless you in your awareness of your own creativity, of your life. And then that man, after having that experience, he's going to come across somebody else that said, I can't get over there. It's just impossible for me. And he'll say, this is what I did. You can do it too. That's why we're asking the question, how do I do what I most love to do? Spend the majority of my time doing what I most love to do, and making a contribution, the greatest contribution in the world, is because it's automatic. It will also inspire greater ideas. It will also inspire, your time at the beach or walking or meditating or music or gardening. Opens the space that we talked about last week for new ideas. But boy, I get that guy at Bethesda. I get that guy that is he's so used to his challenges, they've become part of him. This is how it is. Sick and tired of being sick and tired. And it becomes just a prison in which he is living. So let me tell you about some untrue distractions, because we all can relate to the guy at Bethesda. We all can relate to when a new idea comes by, do what you most love to do and be a contribution to the world. There's a part of us that sort of I would have done that if that would have worked. But the thing is, we don't believe we are worth it. We don't believe it works. We don't believe joy is really the beginning of the shift. Just the smile is really the way that other people can smile. So the question that we want to ask ourselves in this wooing is, how much do I appreciate my creativity? Am I grateful for it? How much do I appreciate my creativity? Am I grateful for it? Because we can really not think about how grateful we are for the gifts we have. Somebody does it better, or it won't happen to me, and on and on, right? But the idea is that none of that matters. That's the guy on the mat. How much do I appreciate my creativity, and am I grateful for it? And I'd like you just to think about something that you enjoy, and it's simple. It really often won't have anything to do sometimes with your work. It might not. But something you enjoy, and just feel the gratitude. Just feel it. It's yours. It's intrinsic. It was given to you. You don't have to cultivate it. It's there. All right? And then I'm going to talk about the ways we can distract from it. But that is our question we'll keep coming back to. Our distractions, the untrue distractions, can be not enough time, not the right environment, other people and other things are more important, waste of time. It's indulgent to spend time in what I love, and also I'm never going to reach this goal. If I have a goal, I'm not good enough. And so these are the things that are the anti of wooing our creativity. They are, you have ghosted yourself, right? Let's do this again. We're not going to ghost ourselves anymore. We know maybe you've had people in your life that didn't show up, but you are going to show up for you. So I want to read about a little bit from the Genius Zone to talk about Gay's experience with his family, so maybe you can relate to people that just didn't have time for their creativity. He says, make time for your creativity. I've heard many people say they would express more of their creativity if they had more time. I grew up hearing this sentiment expressed on a regular basis by members of my own family. My mother was a newspaper columnist who wanted to write novels. My aunt next door was an elementary school teacher who wanted to be a writer, illustrator, and her husband was a sign painter who wanted to be an artist. Nobody ever had the time to do what they really wanted to do, or so they said. As I got into my cynical teenage years, I began to wonder if time was really the problem. The very same people who complained they didn't have time to write or paint somehow found that the time to polish off a bottle of vodka and a pack of Camels in the evening. They found that time. As I ventured more out into the world, I discovered it was full of people who coped with the pain of creative stagnation by numbing it out with addictions. When I had my wake-up moment at 24, I realized to my horror that I'd become one of those people who were stagnating creatively and covering it with addictions. I was unconsciously recreating the same family pattern I'd criticized my elders for as a teenager. It is the way it is. We cannot ignore our spirituality. We try, and we have a story how we have to. He told 3 examples of people that were doing work that they really wanted to do something else. And they just stayed in that vein, and they didn't create joy. And this is what Gay had learned, and he had his wake-up call, becoming very overweight at 24. But what he realized is that the idea of wooing your creativity, this is what he's been talking about ever since, that's the place where the relationship is. That's the place where the relationship is. So the other thing that we need when we are wooing our creativity is if we need friends that support our creativity. You need friends that when you say, I'm going to take this afternoon, I may need to cancel lunch because I'm going to go meditate. I need some time to just go be alone. That your friends say, absolutely. right? Or that you really have supportive people around you. He said he had to do what was called a RIF, R-I-F, and it was called reduction in force. And what Gay is talking about is he said he recognized there were people in his life that just really didn't understand this conversation, didn't want to have this conversation, and he just needed to keep his group of people, people that really understood this wooing your creativity. And so that's another thing just to reflect in your life. If you have people that are really supportive, you don't need a ton of them, but you need some of them. So there is something, a actual fill in the blank that I'd like you, this is going to be part of your homework for this experience. And here's the slide. I would express my creativity fully if blank. I would express my creativity fully if blank. And I'd like you just to see what comes up, because it might be if this, if I didn't have this job, or if I didn't have, if I was younger, or if I had more money, right? Whatever it is to fill in, because that is the place where that gets in front of the relationship with yourself. It is a story. It is a story. It is a story that you have cultivated, like the guy on the mat. But I'll tell you, it doesn't hold any water, because as long as you're breathing, you are creative. Creativity is life. All right? And I want to show you a video, like I love to do, about a man that brought his creativity to his work, which probably made his work even more enjoyable for him. This man is a nurse. His name is Nurse Joe, and he's a nurse in a children's hospital in this section where the children are that are ill. And Joe's a wonderful nurse. He loves working with these kids, but he also loves to dance. So he has become the dancing nurse. And I'd like to show you a clip of Joe. And I'd like you to also notice how Joe at one point stops wooing his creativity because he thinks he might be getting in trouble. But here is the dancing nurse.
One nurse gives his little patients more than just medicine.
I love children and I love dance, and luckily I'm in a position where I'm able to accomplish both.
Joe Ronquillo, or Nurse Joe, is not shy about sharing his moves with the kids he cares for at St. Luke's Children's Hospital in Boise, Idaho. He's been helping make it a little easier for the patients in the pediatric annex to pass their time at the hospital. He often performs for and sometimes with the kids in his care.
Oh, remember the one where you did to me?
Yeah, you go like this, and boom.
He says he was nervous when administrators at St. Luke's took notice of his dance moves in videos that he and his patients were posting to social media.
They contacted me and I said, oh no, I'm gonna get in trouble for doing all this nonsense I've been doing. But it was actually the opposite. They actually liked it, and I think a lot of them didn't know that this was going on, and so they said, you know what, maybe we could make a commercial out of this and show them what the pediatric annex is all about.
Sometimes you have to break out your best moves to make a kid feel like a rock star.
Now he's the star of this ad for the health system, which shows just how dedicated Nurse Joe is to keeping spirits high at the hospital.
A lot of these children are there for a long time. They're chronically ill. They're battling different types of cancers, and I'm not shy. I will literally humiliate myself every single day as long as I know that I can put a smile on their face.
But this humble healthcare worker says he's not the only one who deserves the spotlight. He says he works with and for people dedicated to making kids healthy and happy again.
Truly, the only heroes on the floor are the children and their families going through these challenges.
For InsideEdition.com, I'm Mara Montalbano.
All right. Joe, he brought that joy into his workplace. And did you see the smiles on the faces of the kids? See, that's the thing. How do I do what I most love to do the majority of the time and make my greatest contribution to the world? Do you see how it is simultaneous? He loves to dance. And now it's taken healthcare for him to another level. Now, I love to dance. Nobody has to tell me I love to dance. I don't have to think about, do I love to dance? I just know I love to dance. I feel connected to the movement, the joy of movement. And we have a dance night, a dance party, as we call it, on this Friday night, August 20th. And I invite you to come at 7:30. And we've had more and more people. I will tell you, if nobody came, I'd still be out there. And it's great. We have DJ Scott, and it's kind of grown. And I realized all I had to know is that I love to dance. And I didn't have to sit on the mat and say, well, I'm not that good of a dancer, or, this isn't going to work out, or nobody's going to come, or, I could do that. And maybe I did for a few moments before I went, let's just do this. So I invite you to really be in this idea of, I would express my creativity fully if. And you may also need an if, like if somebody would help me with it. If I found the right DJ, if I found the right space, if I found the right people that were so enthusiastic about it, right? And so that could be in that space also. So I'd like you to write with that and let your heart come out on this page. I do have an affirmation that we are going to repeat 3 times. I'll say it once, and let's repeat it 3 times. It's I commit to expressing my true creativity and enjoying every moment. So let's say that 3 times. I commit to expressing my true creativity and enjoying every moment. Time 2. I commit to expressing my true creativity and enjoying every moment. And once again, you put your hand on your heart. I commit to expressing my true creativity and enjoying every moment. You feeling a little bit more of that genius zone coming through? Yeah. You are wooing your creativity right here and right now. There's no mistake that you're in this conversation. So I want to wrap up our time. I've got some quotes of some artists, maybe some traditional artists that had a few things to say about art and creativity, really. Annie Albers says, art is something that makes you breathe with a different kind of happiness. Isn't that true? Just when you notice your creativity, you breathe with a different kind of happiness. I love Vincent van Gogh says, if you hear a voice within you saying, you're not a painter, then by all means paint. Boy, and that voice will be silenced. See, that's the thing. When I started dancing, I didn't care about what anybody thought anymore. The voices go away when we woo our true creativity. I'll end with a quote from Howard Thurman. Don't ask what the world needs. Ask what makes you come alive and go do it. Because what the world needs is people who have come alive. Thanks for being alive with me, and so it is. Outer eye and open our inner eye. We let ourselves relax into the light within. You can even focus in on the center of your body, behind your ribs, and see a glowing orb. And feel the energy that is moving throughout your body. It is life, animating as you. Annie Albers says that creativity, as she's talking about art, makes you breathe with a different kind of happiness. I invite you just to bring a smile to your face. Just feel the uplift of the smile. It's just a small movement that can shift our body into a place of more awareness. As you breathe, let your shoulders relax. The idea, my friend, with spirituality is there's nowhere to go and nothing to do. It is truly the wooing of what is already there. And the wooing isn't anything that is needing to be created. It is the relaxation into it. I am the light of the world. My joy is contagious, and I love to share in it. So let us marinate and resonate in that open space of gratitude, of awareness, of the smile, of the upliftment, of you being breathed by life itself. Our silence creates space to see and to feel perhaps what needs to be heard, and certainly what needs to have space to be experienced. So we enjoy this life that is to be enjoyed. And we are anchoring a time together to know that it is my connection to spirit that allows me to bless the world. Nurse Joe with his dancing, what is it that allows you to feel that connection with your heart and your soul? And you will automatically bless the lives of others. And so it is.
And so it is. So this is the time in our service that I think I love this the most. This is a time for us to celebrate our abundance. Celebrate our abundance in our all aspects of our lives, in our relationships, in our careers, in our homes, and our, as Reverend Heidi was saying, in our creativity, and be grateful for all of that abundance and all of those connections and all of our what we have in our lives already. I'd like for you to think just for a moment about ways that you are grateful for Unity of Santa Barbara. What have you received here? Unity of Santa Barbara has helped so many people and has been such a great support for so many people for so many years. And we are all so grateful. So how has this place, this idea, this congregation, this community been a support for you? And we want to give from that place of gratitude, right? We want to support, we want to give back so that what we give is returned to us. And it's that law of circulation that happens constantly, replacing and replenishing in the flow of abundance. There are many ways to give. If you are online and you want to donate on any of the pages that you might be on, find the donate button. And if you click on that, it'll take you to the Givelify app, and you can give from Givelify. And so, yeah, that's on live stream page on our website. It's on the Facebook page. It's on YouTube. And then if you have downloaded, I don't have, my phone is over there, but if you have downloaded the Givelify app on your phone, it makes it really, really easy to do it in real time, even right here in the sanctuary. And if you have any questions about how to do that, how to download the app, or how to use the app, I would be happy to kind of talk you through that. If you are here in person, there's going to be ushers circulating among you, and you can make cash gifts. Also, we can take your credit card after the service. Just find either Kathleen or I have a way of taking credit card donations, so come and find us. So however you give, we want to give with gratitude. We want to give with celebration. We want to give from just an overflowing heart. And so I would like for you to take your giving, however you do that, take that activity into your heart, and let's bless our gifts with these words. Divine love, through me, blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, and all that I share. And now we're going to sing our blessing song, God is my source. Sing along with me. God is my source, God is my power, God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings, God gives me everything I need. Love is my source, love is my power, love gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. Love gives me everything I need. Peace, peace gives me love. Peace is my power. Peace gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. Peace gives me everything I need. Peace gives me everything I need. Peace gives me everything I need. Yes, it does.
He was his father's only boy, born just south of Colby, Kansas. He was his mother's pride and joy.
Yes, and joy was just the thing that he was raised on. Love was just a way to live and die. Gold was just a windy Kansas sweet view. Blue was just a Kansas City sky.
All the stories that he told me back when I was just a lad, all the memories that he gave me, all the good times that he had, growing up a Kansas farm boy. Life is about having fun, riding on his daddy's shoulders, behind a mule beneath the sun.
Yes, and joy was just the thing that he was raised on. Love was just a way to live and die. Gold was just a windy Kansas sweet view. Blue was just a Kansas summer sky. Well, I guess there were some times, and I'm told some years rain. They had a storm in '97. A twister came and stripped them clean. He lost
Thank you. Life was made for love and peace and joy, and it is. Okay, well, that was fun. We're doing all kinds of stuff up here today. All right, I think we are at the place where we're doing announcements. Yes. So, we'd like to greet any first-time guests. Is there anyone who is here for the first time? If you'd raise your hand and let us acknowledge you, and we have a gift of what are those called? Sunflowers. There's someone in the back there. Welcome. We're so glad to see you. And come out to our table, and yes. We have another little gift for you. It's a beaded something. You guys know what it is. I'm sorry. But it's cool. Yeah, you'll like it. Anyway, thank you for being here today. Okay, we have a dance party at Unity of Santa Barbara coming this Friday from 7:30 to 9, and Heidi's going to tell you more about that right now.
Hi, I love announcements. It's how we get together and play, and we do play well as a community, let me tell you. So dance night, you don't want to miss it. We have it every third Friday. It's at 7:30. We have DJ Scott, and you can have any of your own requests. We really have such a good time. If anything feels heavy or stuck in your life, come shake it off. If you want to celebrate your fun, come on and come out. We had 50 people last month, and it was just marvelous. It's right out on the in the courtyard, and you will make it happen. So let's shake it off. Let's get together and really enjoy this wonderful life that we're born to live. 7:30 this Friday, August 20th. You can sign up outside. Next, my dear friend, Reverend Megan Smith Brooks, is going to be with us on, she's actually going to speak on August 29th, and I'll be here also. But on Saturday afternoon, she is having her book that she wrote is Unraveling Grief, A Mother's Spiritual Journey of Healing and Discovery. And Megan went through a very challenging time in her life, and but through that, because she was so in touch with her genius zone, not only wrote a book, but has created beautiful workshops for people to come together and unravel grief. So we have a video of Megan, and let's look at it now.
Hi, Unity of Santa Barbara. My name is Reverend Megan Smith Brooks. I am a Unity minister, friend and colleague of your minister, Reverend Heidi. And Heidi has invited me to join you on Sunday, August 29th as your guest speaker, when I will be sharing about my recently published book, Unraveling Grief, A Mother's Spiritual Journey of Healing and Discovery. And I'm going to tie it into, as you complete your series, the Genius Zone with Gay Hendricks. What is the Genius Zone of grief? And how can we see it as something that offers us an aspect of value as a teacher and a friend, and a way that we can heal, transform, and thrive in our lives as we embrace this very human aspect of our human experience? I will also be offering to you a workshop on Saturday, August 28th from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. It'll be Unraveling Grief to Heal, Transform, and Thrive. And for anybody that's impacted by grief in your life, of which we all are, we all carry some unraveled grief that could be impacting us in unhealthy ways, I invite you to join me to see how we can unravel, navigate, embrace, and transform, offering you different practices, tools, and exercises, and some great interaction with each other. I look forward to meeting you, and thank you for this opportunity to introduce myself. If you have any questions, you can email me at unravelinggrief@gmail.com, and all of the information about my workshop and contact things will be offered through a flyer and on your website, and you can check with Reverend Heidi for more information. So I'll see you in August, and thank you for this time to get to know you a little bit.
Okay, so in regard to the workshop, Unraveling Grief workshop, today is the last day for an early bird discount of $30. Tickets will be $35 starting tomorrow. You can do that online. And also, bouncing back to the dance party, tickets are $20 per person or $50 for 3 tickets. So that's a $10 savings. So that you can also register online for that, or we can do that for you out at the table. A few words about World Day of Prayer coming up. Unity was founded on affirmative prayer. And every year, the second Thursday of September is World Day of Prayer. And there is a 24-hour vigil that goes into that celebration. In prior years, we have had an interfaith celebration here in the sanctuary, inviting different representatives from different faith communities to come and pray with us. It's always been a wonderful, wonderful service, one of my favorites. But for this year, we're still in the pandemic, so we are going to do a virtual service. The theme will be All Is Well With My Soul, and that will be happening at Unity Worldwide Ministries. You can go to unity.org, and you can see all the festivities that will begin Wednesday night, September 8th, and during the day on September 9th. You can also fill out a prayer request online that will go directly to Unity Village, and those prayers every prayer that comes to them will be prayed over during World Day of Prayer, and then for 30 days after that. We will also have an online service here at Unity, online only, led by Reverend Kathy Jean Norman. That'll be 6:30 Pacific time on that, I believe on that Thursday. Am I right? Yeah, on the Thursdays. So that'll be online. Go to the website for more information about that. And just a reminder that we do have our active prayer ministry. You can drop a prayer request in the box up here, or you can go onto our website and submit a prayer request there. And also, if we don't have your email, we send out an e-blast to let you know what's going on here at Unity of Santa Barbara, what's coming up. So if you don't think we have your email, please sign up out at the table, put your email on there, and we'll add you to the list. And I think that is it. So I know I saw little kids back there somewhere, but now they're hiding. But they're going to, if we sing, they will rematerialize, right? So let's sing This Little Light of Mine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Good morning, you guys. Did you have fun? Okay. What were you working on today? I didn't hear that. What was it?
We did a scavenger hunt.
You did a scavenger hunt. How fun. Isn't it fun to come to church? Yes. The answer is yes. Okay. Thank you so much for being here, and thank you for being here with the kids. Let's all stand now and sing our peace song. There's Mom and Dad. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, a peace that was meant to be, with God as creator. Family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow, to take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it be wonderful protection. The light of God surrounds us. I am that light. The love of God enfolds us. I am that love. The power of God protects us. I am that power. The presence of God watches over us. I am that presence. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Thank you to all of our volunteers. Thank you for our AV team in the back there. Thank you for our musicians, Noreen, Randy, and Renee, and for our Unity singers, and for all of us. Have a wonderful week. Whew.